Best boxing knockouts of 2025. We're not even 2 months into 2025, yet the boxing world has already been lit up with brutal headshots and ruthless bodywork. Mind you, some of these knockouts are early contenders for Knockout of the Year. In this video, we break down the most vicious finishes we've seen so far. So let's get right into it. Pavel Tsatsouline versus Carlo Baccaro. In January 2025, undefeated Russian Pavel Tsatsouline stepped into the ring against Filipino firecracker Carlo Baccaro, looking to make a statement, and he went above and beyond.
Jab to the body to conclude the combination. Terrific round of boxing in this battle for the IBA Asia middleweight title.
Baccaro came out swinging like a runaway train, throwing wild haymakers in a desperate bid to derail the Russian. But the Siberian stayed ice cold, absorbing the storm before slicing Baccaro with a gut-wrenching body shot.
Wonderful right hand to the body, counter by left hook downstairs from Baccaro. Hard-hitting exchanges through this portion.
Moments later, he dug in an even nastier shot to the breadbasket, and Baccaro folded like a deck chair.
At the end of that fusillade by Baccaro.
Scott Forrest versus Devon Miller. Scotland's Scott Forrest also kicked off his 2025 campaign in brutal fashion against Devon Miller, who started strong by boxing well and finding his rhythm in the early rounds. Until Forrest cracked him with a vicious right hand in the final 30 seconds of round one.
The Coachella Valley, so you know these are just staying right in front of him, which is pretty bad. He was landing bombs and not getting credit for it and losing the big tournaments as he's now switched to southpaw.
In the second, Forrest timed a perfect counter left hook, followed by a thunderous right hand that sent Miller flat on his back. Miller tried to rise, but his legs had abandoned the ship, forcing the referee to step in and wave it off. Justin Paldo versus Shavkat Rakhimov. Next up, we have Justin Paldo's ruthless knockout of Shavkat Rakhimov. The 30-year-old Houston native put on a counter-punching masterclass on Fight Night, luring the former IBF Junior lightweight champ into traps and making him pay with precision shots.
Watch just be like, yo, that guy Paldo's a problem.
When he shows up like this, he's a problem. It's at times he doesn't show up like this. So are you going to see the consistency?
By the 8th round, Paldo had Rakhimov right where he wanted him, and a pinpoint straight right sent the Tajik southpaw's head snapping back before he crumbled to the canvas.
Right hands that Mayweather used to use at times.
I'll never forget
just like
hitting Arturo Gatti 3 straight right hands in a row.
And that's how you can do it. It's not good. Now Paldo seems to use exclusively that right hand. You know, Mayweather.
Rakhimov's corner had seen enough as they threw in the towel before the referee could even finish the count. Rakhimov lay motionless for minutes as Paldo celebrated a perfect start to his year.
Well, yeah. Again, new weight class, bigger punches too when you get hit clean like this.
What did you say about Eastern European fighters? They don't bend, they
break.
just break.
Yep.
Michael Angeletti versus Judy Flores. Body shots in boxing are a special kind of agony, and Michael Angeletti gave Judy Flores a brutal lesson in that department. The fight started as a chess match, with both fighters testing the waters in a competitive first round.
He's capable of even more.
Yeah, he's capable of finishing an opponent with one shot, but we are just getting started. Coming up next, our co-main event.
Flores picked up momentum in the second, finding success with his power shots and outlanding Angeletti 18-9. But just when it seemed like Flores was taking control, Angeletti shut his system down with a...
Curious to see how he can deal with that physicality.
One thing I'm seeing about Paldo to try to avoid the physicality is that he's very busy with that lead hand, touching, using a jab, and then just trying to measure with Rakhimov, basically not trying to let him penetrate.
Devastating body shot in the third round. Jibril Diakite versus Jeremiah Robinson.
Promotions. Well, there's a good left from Diakite, and he doesn't appear to be taking those shots as well as you would think. Yeah, Robinson.
Jibril Diakite's stoppage of Jeremiah Robinson was cut from the same brutal cloth, with the only difference being that it was quicker. From the opening bell, both men threw bombs with zero regard for defense. But while Robinson hunted for the head,
He didn't respond very well to those first few shots. Yeah, he's not responding well.
Good body shot, and down goes Robinson.
That was one of those things, hit the head, and then the body.
Diakate went downstairs, rolling a body shot that made Robinson see stars without a knockout. Robinson crumbled like a sandcastle on high tide, writhing in pain, and no amount of willpower could get him back on his feet.
10 of his 11 fights have ended in knockout, one way.
Arthur Byarslanov versus Mohamed Mamoun. Undefeated Russian-Canadian Arthur Byarslanov had a smooth entry into 2025, steamrolling Mohamed Mamoun without breaking a sweat. From the jump, Byarslanov marched forward, tagging his opponent with ease while Mamoun circled aimlessly, offering little in return. Round 2 was a hookfest, as Byarslanov sent Mamoun crashing down early. Once he got up, the Russian kept battering him with power shots. Mamoun protested about shots behind the head, but the ref wasn't buying it. That only gave Byarslanov more time to unload until the ref had finally seen enough. Cole Murphy versus Kasimu Hamad Haji. On February 1st, Cole Murphy delivered exactly what was expected of him, an absolute masterclass against Kasimu Hamad Haji. Riding a 13-fight unbeaten streak, Murphy stepped in with confidence and took full control, boxing with patience early before methodically breaking Haji down. Haji tried to make things interesting in the second, but his efforts were short-lived. Murphy's size and power proved too much, and by the third round, the challenger was already on the canvas. With a defeated look in his eyes, Haji stayed down as the ref counted to 10, sealing yet another dominant win for Murphy. Callum Simpson versus Elvis Ahorga. 2025 has been a statement year for British super middleweight Callum Simpson. Who has been collecting knockouts like souvenirs. His first victim was Steed Woodhull, who got battered from pillar to post before being sent packing like an early morning delivery. In February, Simpson put his Commonwealth title on the line against Elvis Ahorga. From the start, Simpson blasted his foe with flurries and forced the Ghanaian into a tight guard.
That one, it doubled the impact, and you can see that he's looking slightly shaky, and Simpson is going to work.
The Brit pressed him against the ropes, unloading hooks and uppercuts and giving Ahorga no breathing room. The fourth round was all Simpson as he landed a brutal left to the body and tagged Ahorga up top. The fight-ending sequence came in the fifth when Simpson landed a nasty right uppercut, followed by a crushing left hook that wobbled Ahorga. A final right hand sent Ahorga stumbling forward, and as he barely beat the count, referee Howard Foster had seen enough. Jesus Ramos versus Jason Rosario. Jesus Ramos also put on a masterclass against Jason Rosario to kick his 2025 with a bang. It all started with a crisp left hand that set the tone, letting Rosario know he was in for a long night.
Sudden impact, delivering a fusillade of fury. Here we go, Abner.
And it's the punches you don't see or expect that hurt. Is that straight left from Ramos, right in the chin.
From there, Ramos picked his shots beautifully, hammering the head and body with pinpoint accuracy. The punishment only escalated as the rounds went on. Then came the moment of destruction as Ramos unleashed a crushing straight left that folded Rosario like a lawn chair.
We're seeing more of that from Ramos as well, Brian, as he continues.
Rosario somehow willed himself back up, but the follow-up barrage left him frozen like Elsa. Nathan Heaney versus Sofiane Kati.
Hands nice and high and just maintain that gap, and that's why I've said it over and over again about concentrating. That's a lovely shot. Oh!
Moving on, Frenchman Sofiane Kati stunned the Manchester crowd in February when he battled fan favorite Nathan Heaney. The opener was a lively chess match as Heaney worked behind his long left jab, while Kati tried to slip past it. The second and third rounds followed the same script, with Heaney pumping his jab and Kati pressing forward like a battle tank.
And again, not getting too greedy, just staying at distance. You know, just sensible, clever boxing this is. Nothing drastic, nothing.
The fight remained competitive until the seventh, when Kati cracked Heaney with a shot that had him wobbling like a marionette on loose strings. From there, it was a one-sided beatdown that ended with Heaney being saved by the referee. Those were some of the most explosive knockouts of 2025. Which one left you speechless? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.